Toon Studio, animating Africa's stories, one tale at a time.
The Lagos streets hummed with a restless energy. Kemi hurried, her hospital scrubs a stark white in the dim light. Midnight was fast approaching, and all she craved was the comfort of her bed. Anthony bus stop was just ahead, but the usual bustle had dwindled to a few weary souls. Her phone blinked a warning 5% battery. A small white bus approached, its engine whispering promises of a quick ride. Lekki. Lekki. Last chance, the conductor called, his smile a little too eager. Kemi hesitated, a flicker of unease in her gut. But the low of an empty bus and the weight of exhaustion tipped the scales. She climbed in. Kemi settled near the door, her bag clutched tightly. The bus glided into the maze of Lagos streets. At first, everything seemed normal. The radio murmured a local tune, the conductor mumbled a prayer, and the other passengers sat in quiet anticipation. Then came the turn. Instead of veering right onto the familiar Third Mainland Bridge, the driver swung left, plunging into a narrow, dimly lit street. Kemi's unease intensified. This wasn't the way home. "Excuse me," she called out, her voice trembling slightly. "This isn't the route to Lekki." Silence. She glanced around at the other passengers. They were still, their faces turned away, their eyes fixed on some unseen point. A chill ran down her spine. Something was terribly wrong. Kemi's heart pounded in her chest. She risked a peek in the rearview mirror. The conductor's smile was gone, replaced by a predatory glint. The man beside her, clad in a black hoodie, casually flicked a lock on the door. The driver's voice echoed, calm and menacing. "Madam, just cooperate. No need for drama." Kemi's blood ran cold. She had heard whispers of one-chance robberies, tales of buses that became traps, passengers who vanished without a trace. Her grip tightened on her phone, a lifeline in her hand. But before she could even unlock it, the hooded man snatched it away. "You think say you smart," he sneered. Kemi was trapped. As the bus sped deeper into the labyrinthine streets, Kemi's mind raced, desperately seeking an escape route. She remembered a small, rusty window latch near the back of the bus. It was a long shot, but it was her only chance. With feigned compliance, she leaned back, pretending to succumb to their threats. But her eyes darted towards the latch, her fingers inching towards it under the cover of her bag. The conductor, momentarily distracted by a phone call, loosened his grip on her bag. It was her opportunity. With a surge of adrenaline, Kemi yanked the latch open. The rusty hinges screeched in protest, drawing the attention of her captors. But it was too late. Kemi kicked out the already weakened window, showering the interior with shards of glass. She didn't hesitate. She threw herself out, tumbling onto the rough ground. Pain shot through her body, but she scrambled to her feet, ignoring the scrapes and bruises. She heard the bus screech to a halt, the door sliding open. Heavy footsteps pounded behind her. They were coming. She couldn't stop. She had to run. As Kemi fled through the maze of narrow streets, she stumbled upon a bustling local market, still vibrant despite the late hour. The sights and sounds of the market disoriented her pursuers, giving her a precious head start. She darted through the crowded stalls, dodging curious onlookers and hawkers. But the conductor, relentless in his pursuit, was gaining ground. Just as he was about to grab her, a group of boisterous market women, sensing the danger, intervened. They formed a human shield around Kemi, their voices rising in protest. The kidnappers, taken aback by the unexpected resistance, hesitated. This momentary pause allowed a group of local vigilant security guards, alerted by the commotion, to close in. The kidnappers, realizing they were outnumbered and outmaneuvered, abandoned their pursuit and retreated into the dark alleyway. Kemi, shaken but unharmed, was escorted to safety by the local guards, the market women showering her with words of comfort and support. As Kemi recounted her ordeal to the authorities, a chilling realization dawned upon her. The one chance boss, though driven away, was still out there, prowling the streets for its next unsuspecting victim. The thought sent a shiver down her spine. She knew she had to do something, anything, to prevent others from falling prey to the same trap. Kemi, despite her fear, decided to share her story. She spoke to local radio stations, newspapers, and community leaders, raising awareness about the one-chance menace. Her voice, initially trembling with fear, grew stronger with each retelling, transforming into a beacon of hope and resilience. She urged the authorities to take action, demanding increased security measures and stricter enforcement of traffic regulations. Kemi's story resonated with the people of Lagos, igniting a wave of collective outrage. Local vigilante groups were formed, neighborhood watches were strengthened, and citizens became more vigilant, looking out for one another. The one-chance operators, sensing the shift in the tide, became more cautious, their activities curtailed by the increased scrutiny. Though the fight against crime was far from over, Kemi's actions had made a difference. The streets of Lagos, though still fraught with challenges, were a little safer, a little brighter. And as Kemi walked those streets once more, she carried with her the knowledge that even in the darkest of nights, a single voice can ignite a spark of hope, transforming fear into courage, and despair into resilience. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling content. Stay safe, stay aware, and see you in the next one.